Today, we will use text evidence to answer questions about the text. We'll be working on the same text, Gary the Dreamer, but this time we will do this graphic organizer. To answer the question, why is Gary the Dreamer a good title for this story? We will reread page 21 to look for evidences. So let's reread page 21. Every night I took a bubble bath in our deep tub. The water roared from the faucet as I climbed in. The bubbles rose like mountains. No, like really pretty clouds. I scooped up the bubbles and patted them onto my face. I pretended that I had a beard. I placed some of the bubbles on my head. Oh, a sombrero! I was a dreamer. I was sometimes in another world. In bed, I covered myself with two blankets. I thought about the day before I fell asleep. So tired. My legs kicked as I dreamed I was running for a touchdown and the whole school was watching me. Gary Soto grew up to be an author. He dreamed up ideas for more than 40 books for children and grown-ups. He shares his Mexican American culture through his poems and stories. Going back to this graphic organizer, we have to cite text evidence on how Gary used the word dream to show how he has changed. Now, on this second paragraph, it says here that I dreamed as I was running for a touchdown and the whole school was watching me. So in this paragraph, he used dreamed when he was imagining that he was running a touchdown. On the third paragraph, it says here, he dreamed up ideas for more than 40 books for children and grown-ups. So this section is kind of different from this one because this one is he was imagining. But in this section, in the third paragraph, he dreamed of ideas that he put on real books that children and adults can read. Now let's put these ideas in our graphic organizer. First, he dreamed of running a touchdown. On the third paragraph, it says there that he dreamed ideas for more than 40 books. He dreamed ideas. I'm just going to put for his books. Now let's try to answer the question, why is Gary the Dreamer a good title for this story? Let me use this sentence frame to answer the question. Gary the Dreamer is a good title for this story because it tells me that Gary likes like to imagine things when he was still a child and he dreamed of ideas for the books that he writes for children and grown-ups. I was able to answer this question, why is Gary the Dreamer a good title for the story, by using the text details or text evidence that I got from the text. It says here, Gary the Dreamer is a good title for this story because it tells me that Gary liked to imagine things when he was still a child, and he dreamed of ideas for the books that he writes for children and grown-ups. Today, I've learned how to use the text evidence to answer questions about the text.